Hey everyone, it's Peggy, and as usual, I have something to say. Everyone that knows me knows I always have something to say, and whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, I just can't sit quiet. There was a real popular poem that was out in the 50s. It was based on a speech. It went something like this: they came for the socialist, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came for the TransUnions, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a TransUnion. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a Jew. And then they came for me, and who was left to speak for me? No one. You know, everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on in this country right now. It's ridiculous. Racism, hate, bigotry. I can't even begin to tell you how hurt and how sick this makes me feel. You know, I don't know, there isn't a right and a wrong side. I always say that. But regardless, somebody needs to stand up and put a stop to the hate. You know, 11 years ago, I got a phone call and it went like this. "Hi, Peggy, Portraits by Peggy, how can I help you?" And there was a man on the other side, and he said, "Would you take a picture of my car?" And I said, "Sure." And he goes, "Well, would you take a picture of two cars?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm thinking, what? This guy's acting a little bit weird. And then he says, "Well, I'd like to be in some of the pictures. Is that a problem?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "Well, I actually want a picture of me and my partner. We just got matching cars." And I said, "Okay." And we went on and set up the time and the place. And when I hung up the phone with him, I called my friend who was gay and I said, "Rich, why in the world? It's 2014 in California, for God's sake, why in the world is this guy acting so weird?" And Rich said, "Really, Peggy? There's places that we can't eat. There's places that we can't shop. There's people that still beat us up. There's people that still say things. It's still real." And I was like, "Really?" Like, I had no idea. I was like, it's 2004. That doesn't happen. Because it didn't happen to me. I didn't see it. And, you know, a year and a half ago when all these news things started coming up, I'll be the first to admit, I was like, why are people pulling up all this old stuff? Like, this has been over for years. Like, get over yourselves. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's 2015, it's 2016, what's your problem? Because it wasn't happening to me, and I didn't feel that way, so I couldn't believe that it was actually happening to people. Now, I've always said, and I'm going to continue to say, if you disrespect a police officer, that's just stupid. If somebody carrying a gun tells me to stop, I'm going to stop. I don't care if it's a good guy or a bad guy. I don't feel like getting shot today. I'm not saying that every incident was harassment and every instance was brutality. And I'm not going to say that there weren't a lot of YouTube videos that were edited and made to look terrible. However, I'm also not going to say that that's not real and that that didn't happen, because you and I both know it is happening. There is horrific things going on right now. There are people being killed, being beaten, being harassed. There are people driving around, walking around, saying horrible racist words and terrible things. People today in 2016 are being discriminated because of their sexuality, because of their gender identity, because of the color of their skin. We're all part of the same race. I might not be gay. I might not be black. I might not have any gender identification issues other than what's on my birth certificate. But I don't care if you do. You're still my brother and you're still my sister. And I'm not going to sit quiet. Even if it's only one voice, I'm going to stand up. Because this hate has to stop. And every single one of you that don't stand up, every one of you that don't stand up, you're part of the problem. You're just as bad as a racist. You're just as bad as a bigot. You're just as bad as a police officer that beat someone. based on ignorance. It's time that we all stand up. I'm serious. I can't take this anymore. This is ridiculous. To see people that I love being treated like second-class citizens, being treated like animals. They're no different than us. I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care what color your skin is. We're all part of the same human race. I'm going to stand up. I may only be one voice, and I might not make a difference. This video may reach 2 people. I don't know, and I don't care. But all I know is that I am not going to stand there. I hate going on Facebook because I feel like Facebook says all white people are terrible. All police officers are terrible. All black people are terrible. I don't know the answer, but being quiet, that's not the answer. Stop being quiet.